Hello everybody, Peter here from the Esoteric Order of Gamers, and welcome to another video. It's another Games Workshop video. They've recently sent me this Kill Team starter set. So if you want to get into the new edition of Kill Team, this is one entry point. So I'm going to show you what you get in this set. They sent it to me for free so I could show it to you. And as you know already, my opinions are always my own. I don't charge for these videos. So I'm going to show you what you get in this set, and you can make your own informed buying decisions after you see what's in there. That's a bird outside. I've moved my studio to the garage, you might have noticed, and I've been playing around with a green screen. This is actually green screen, believe it or not. Well, it might be more obvious. The first video that I did, there were some obvious problems. I'm fiddling with the lighting and moving it further away from the green screen, but this is the first time I've used green screen, so it's a bit experimental. So bear with me while I work out the bugs. But it is outside in the garage, so I can free up some space in my own work studio. So occasionally you might hear, you know, a barking dog or a tweeting bird, a little bit of nature intruding in my videos. I hope you don't mind. Let's get into Kill Team Starter Set. Okay, so here it is. There's the box, and this is what you get inside. Now, of course, you don't get it like this. I've already built these miniatures, put them together so you can see them. And one of the interesting things about this set is that they've reused these figures from the Warhammer Heroes blind buying packs. Now, I don't know where these were available, if they were available everywhere, but the set that I was sent to look at had Japanese and Korean writing on it. But they were a series of blind buy packs, and if you got all 7 of the right ones, you could put together a kill team. In the case that I had, it was the Space Marines, but they did Nurgle as well. And they've taken the sets from these and put them in these. So if you wanted those figures and could never get them before, because they came in blind buy boxes, and also you could get a box with 8 in them or something for some strange reason, because, you know, there were 7 figures and 8. Anyway, one of them was a repeat. So this is a good way to get them, and they are nice figures. I'll show them to you in a moment, but there's it's a nice Space Marine squad and a Nurgle squad, and you know, there's nothing fancy about those two teams, but they're good, solid teams to start with. Nurgle versus Space Marines, a bit of a classic face-off. So I'll show you those in a moment. So what's in the box? Now, it is a flimsy box, and it is a side opening box. Just letting you know, I'm not going to talk more about that, but just so you know what kind of thing this is. But it's a starter set, so hopefully it's a bit cheaper. I don't know what the retail price is yet, but we'll see. So you've got your sort of artwork sheet here, and the first thing that I saw that I was absolutely horrified was these sort of wound tokens here. Now, are you supposed to cut these out with a pair of scissors or a straight edge or something? Well, yes, there's a tiny little scissors icon there. So these apparently are what you'll use for wound tokens. Horrible! I know. I know you're saving money here, but if there's one thing that gives me horrible flashbacks to the 70s, it's sheets of flimsy cardboard where you cut counters out by hand. It's just not an acceptable solution for anything. So put that aside. This just is nothing. Here we've got our board wrapped in a piece of cardboard as usual. It is a nice board. I have seen this one before. Yes, it's got this one on one side, big red Mars type thing, and then on the other side we've got a grey field like so. So your standard Kill Team board. Good to see it's not a paper one, that's good. So you got that. You have got a starter handbook. We'll look through that in a moment. You've got pamphlets, or actually I should say, well, not pamphlets, they're card dossiers for the Angels of Death. Why are they called the Angels of Death? They look like Ultramarines to me. Oh well. So there are all your stats, as you can see. And it's got a strange thing here, place damage tokens here. So you can see this is very much for beginners. They're trying it for beginners. It's got a special spot where you can put your damage tokens. So I guess the idea is that you fold this out like that and you have it sitting on the table and you put your damage tokens, which is fine. You know, it's a starting thing. However, it's kind of meaningless because you can't put it there and put your damage tokens on it, because over here it's got a reference for all the actions. So you can't really look at that without disrupting all that, can you? People don't think reference materials through, in my experience. Anyway, got one of those. You've got one for the Plague Marines, of course, like so. And that's the same kind of thing on the back. And here we have some nice counters. Now, they've given you one counter sheet, which is good to see, for your order tokens and stuff like that. There's your conceal and engage tokens, but as you can see, there are no wound tokens on this sheet, so they've saved themselves a few bucks and put them on this flimsy thing, which is horrible. So I suggest if you buy the starter set, you don't have any wound tokens lying around, just use anything else. Use bits of something from the kitchen, maybe. Like pasta or something. I'm just rambling. So they have a measuring stick there, so there's no plastic measuring stick and everything. So basic counter sheet, that's fine. Got to remember this is a starter set, it's nothing fancy. Then we've got another wrap thing here, and this is the one thing that excites me about this set. It's MDF terrain. Who would have guessed? MDF terrain. And it's MDF with a printed surface on it. So it pops out rather nicely, like that. And look at the thickness of that. It's true MDF. And it's got artwork printed on it, which looks like, is it photos? Or maybe it's photo of painted? I don't know, but it looks good. And then if we get a few pieces like this, and we slot them together, the magic happens. Wow, look at that. Really, really solid. It's not cardboard. Why don't they make more stuff like this? It's brilliant. You can have lots of this stuff. I don't know how expensive it is for them to include MDF terrain, but look at the edges are nice and dark, so that's good. You don't have to paint anything or do anything. This is true revolutionary instant terrain stuff. And there's, what, 3 sheets of it. Not a huge amount, but again, you're just getting started. It looks like 2 of the sheets are the same, and then there's another sheet. And they're all, oh look, it just pops out. I hardly want to throw that away because it's so cool, I might keep that. And you just plonk them together like this, and before you know it, you've got a tabletop. Nice stuff. They should just make whole packs of this stuff. If those of people who can't afford the fancy plastic terrain, they could do all kinds of things with this. It's nice to see them doing something different. Will it just be in the starter set and never again? Who knows? I think that's all, except we've probably got some dice. Here we go. And, oh look, they're just bog standard white dice, nothing special there. So, let's have a look at the book. Here's our starter handbook. Now, I think I've just had a quick look through this, and it's very much for beginners. This is your introduction to Kill Team, so it's very much an introduction. So that's what your board can look like if you've got that MDF terrain on it, which is fine. It's a good way to get started. A little bit about the Imperium, universe of horror and glory, that pretty much sums it up. How to build your figures, that's incorporated in the book itself, which is a bit unusual. That's how you put them together. It didn't take me too long to put those together at all. Here's more blurb about the Imperium, about the Death Guards and the Space Marines. And then a game like no other. We're really taking a while to get into it, aren't we? We've got the basics, our 2 teams. Introductory scenario, well, you'll be getting through that very, very quickly. And it's very introductory. There we go. So, it's obviously scenario by scenario is going to lead you through moving and shooting and objectives. Move, move, move. Yep. Look, you know, great for beginners, young kids getting into Kill Team, getting into Warhammer for the first time. Again, whenever I see these sets, I think if I was a 12-year-old, actually no, when I was a 12-year-old, I was reading the Dungeon Master's Guide, and that had heavy language in it. That was pretty full on. So younger than 12 even, I think, for stuff like this. I don't have kids, so I don't know how smart they are at different ages these days, but I'm presuming this is for younger kids with the assistance of mum or dad, I'm sure. Tutorial, additional rules, weapon rules. So, you know, it gets into weapon rules. There's a bit of complexity there. How to paint your miniatures. This is how you hold a paintbrush. And then it's like, upgrade it, get an equipment pack, get the card pack, get more stuff, get more teams. There you go. Beginner's book. Let's look at the figures. Here's our Space Marine Captain in a very dynamic pose. These are nice figures. I've got to say, I don't know what the price of the whole set is, but these figures are 2 good sets of figures. So there's our captain, the intercessor sergeant, eliminator sniper, very nice sniper figure there. That is cool. This one's the heavy gunner. And then we've got 3 warriors. This one looks like he's shooting something. I don't know what that is really. Is it a grenade? Throwing a grenade? Possibly what it is. Here's a warrior with a chainsaw. And here's our last warrior. And some very tasty Plague Marines here. This one is the Plague Marine champion. Check him out. Be nice painting these ones up. I love painting Nurgle figures, because you can kind of be a bit messy. You don't have to be perfect, which is really nice. Here's a fighter with a horrific looking smoky flail thing. Oh, these figures are great. This one's a heavy gunner. Look at the size of that gun. Brilliant. With the horrible Nurgle stuff dripping from the end of it. This one's a bombardier, about to throw some form of grenade. Ah, straight up warrior. You choose to be following Nurgle, eh? All those diseases. A malignant plague caster, another fantastic figure. Check him out. Beautiful. Look at the wings on the backpack. Gorgeous. Love that figure. And then an icon bearer, another spectacular figure. Beautiful. In a Nurgle-y kind of way. Well, I've got to say, I'm really impressed with these figures, especially these Nurgle figures. They are going to be a joy to paint. They are beautiful. So maybe this starter set is worth picking up just for the figures alone. I don't know if you can get these separately apart from in the Warhammer Heroes packs. I'm not sure if they're going to sell them. But they might, because they're releasing all these packs, aren't they, as separate kill teams. So surely these will be separate as well. I hope so, because more people should get themselves some Nurgle figures. They are beautiful. So I'm going to paint those up. So that is what you get in the Kill Team starter set. Again, all depends on the price. I don't know the price down here in New Zealand yet because it hasn't gone to the shops, or it's not on the website. So check it out, see if it's good enough value for you. At least now you know what you get in the box. I hope this has been helpful, and thanks very much for watching. Now, check out some stuff of mine. Go to the website because there are hundreds of rule summaries and references for lots and lots of amazing games. You can get them from there. Also, check out my app, Tabletop Codex, which is a fantastic way of seeing all those rule summaries in an electronic form. And it is very, very handy. Try it out. It's coming out for Android super, super soon. Really, really soon. Maybe this week, I hope. Also, you can contact me on all the socials. If you go to the website, there are links to them all there. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. I will see you next time, and bye for now. Good gaming.